Hello there again. I am here to show you today how to solve exponential equations through 9.5, 9.6, and 9.7. The reason I combined all three of these is the only thing that is really different between all three of them is there are slight differences in how the exponents are set up. Yes, it is a little messy, but I tried to block out where each equation was and how you do each one. So let's get started. So this first one, I did them all for you, so it'd be easier for me to explain. I don't have to write and talk at the same time. So let me show you how I did all three of these. What you do here is it says 18 power of 6x plus 3 equals 67. What you need to do is you need to isolate this right here, which, and by doing that, you need to subtract 3 to both sides, and that turns into 18 6x equals 64. And by doing that, it turns into 6x equals 8 log 18, which is what we did in 9.1 and 9.2. And that's going to equal 6x equals log 18, 64. If you do not remember any of this, in my following videos through 9.1 and 9.2, it states how to do that. So by then that, you're going to have to divide log of 64 by log of 18. And whenever you do that, you're going to need a calculator for that, and by doing that, you're going to get 1.44. And that's going to equal 6x. And through that, it's just a simple algebraic equation. Divide by 6 on both sides, and then you're going to get up by x is equaling 2.240. Simple. All you really need to do is just isolate the exponent, get the log, divide the logs, and simple algebra. That's all you need to do. Alright, let's move on to the next one. So, for this next one, it says 4 to the power of 3b plus 1 equals 64. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to find a common log. What you're going to do is you're going to take the log of this 4 to get rid of it. So you're going to do log 4 on both sides. So this 4 and this log 4 cancel out. So that just turns into 3b plus 1 on this side. And then the log 4, 64 on this side, you can find a common log of that. What is 4 to the power of what equals 64? 3. So it's going to turn into 3b plus 1 equals 3. And then just simple algebra from there. 3b equals 2, b equals 2/3. Again, just find a common log, which is 3. Bring this down, 3b plus 1 equals 3, and simple algebra. You can plug both of these back into it, and I guarantee you after you plug it into the calculator, it will always equal that. If you need proof, I can do it for you. Look, I'll do this one. Let's see. Okay, so 3. So 3 times 2 divided by 3, that's going to equal 2, then plus 1, that equals 3, and then 4 to the power of 3, 64. See, all you need to do is, whenever you're done, all you have to do is plug in the calculator and check to make sure you're correct. Alright, this last one's a little long, but it's very simple after you learn how to do it. It kind of combines what we did in the first two right here, all in one. So let's state the equation. 2 to the power of 3x plus 5 equals 3 to the power of x plus 7. what you're going to do is you're going to find a common log. I used log 2 as my common log, just so I could get rid of the first one on the left side. It doesn't really matter which one you do. I just think doing it from left to right is a lot easier. So I did log of 2 to get rid of that 2, and that turns into 3x plus 5 on the left side. Then on this side, it's going to be log 2, 3 times x minus 7. And then what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to do log 2, 3 in your calculator. And after you do log 3 divided by log 2, that equals, hold on, I did it wrong, log of 3 divided by log of 2. There you go. And you get 1.585. And after you do that, you're going to need to distribute it to this x minus 7. So it turns into 1.585x minus 11.05. 0.095 equals 3x minus 5. And after that, it's just a simple algebraic equation, but with weird numbers. So now you're going to add 5 to both sides, right here. Add 5 to both sides, which turn this into negative 6.095. And then you're going to subtract 1.585 right here, minus subtract it from this 3x, which turns into 1.415x. And then you're just going to do simple algebra, divide this by this, and it's going to be x equals negative 4.307. If you want to, you can check your work, but I'll check it real quick. So you do 3 times negative 4.307 plus 5, and if you do 2 to the power of that, it equals, yeah, so after you do that, it equals it, so I'm right. So, again, you just find a common log, bring that down, divide these logs to get this, distribute it in between this x minus 7, and then after that you just do simple algebra to find x. And that pretty much wraps it up for 9.5, 9.6, and 9.7. All three of these are fairly simple, it's just they become a little bit more complex using more complex numbers, but if you just break it down into simple steps, it doesn't get much harder than this. So that wraps it up for these three, and stay tuned for more videos, which are 9, 8, 9.